Kia ora koutou, Markie here. So this is a video about, I don't know what really, it's an impromptu video. Circumstances are that I am up the mountain, so although it looks like I'm at the bottom of the mountain looking up, I'm more than halfway up, because you can drive quite high up, and looking at the summit, and obviously the sun is about to set shortly. It's quite chilly up here. You can see the snow on the top there. My car battery is kaput, so I can't switch the engine off, so I'm waiting in the car. And I'm, poor me, got to look at this shoddy view. But I thought I'd share it with you really. So that's what the video is about, just sharing the view. So what you can see in the foreground, obviously there's a car park, and then there's a visitor centre, and then you've got the mountain summit up there. Now it doesn't look that high, it's misleading. It's just to get to the snow line, depending on which way you go, is probably at least an hour. And then from the snow line onwards it gets more tricky. So yeah, so this is a volcano. It's not a dormant volcano, but it's not an active volcano. It's kind of somewhere in between the two, and he's rather special, so I thought I'd share that with you. There are things to talk about. I've got lots of videos planned actually, but typically I've forgotten what I was going to say in those videos. There is some exciting news coming around retroactive jealousy. There's all sorts going on there. I've been very busy with that lately, so things to be announced. What have I got on my sleep video wise? So I've got out of the habit of doing videos, and I've become a bit obsessed with kind of household repairs, and I kind of reached a point today where I caught up with a lot of the projects that I've been working on, had a good old tidy up. So my plan is to kind of move away from my obsession with that and get back into vlogging. I had somebody say the other day that they described having ADHD as like being on a hamster wheel that you can't get off, and I didn't quite understand what they meant by that when they when I first saw it. And then I thought, yeah, I get like that. I get into things with this great sense of urgency, and then but then usually after some point or other it all changes, and then I get into something else, or something shifts. I think holidays are really good for getting me off the hamster wheel, because you go away from home, and the normal home routine usually tends to be where we get stuck into these routines, or being at home is kind of perpetuates that. So going away is really important. I haven't had a holiday or a break for a long time. I did have the start of a holiday actually. Went to an Airbnb that was so disgusting that we arrived, we unpacked, I thought about it, packed, and then went home, and we did actually get a refund from Airbnb, or because Airbnb said we should have a refund. The owner didn't think we should have a refund. He said he seemed to think that it was quite acceptable, even though it stank. Look at the colour of the sky now. It's nice, isn't it? It's going to change subtly all the time while I do this video. So yeah, so obviously ADHD is something that I do feature in videos quite a bit, so there'll be more ADHD videos no doubt at some point. I want to do a serious, well it would be serious, but a what's the word, an introductory and quite comprehensive video about mindfulness. I've done one video about mindfulness, and probably gives people the impression that I don't like mindfulness or don't agree with it, It was quite a controversial one, and quite a controversial title, but actually I do think mindfulness is really important, but I think most people completely misunderstand it, and it's taught really badly. So I'm going to do something on mindfulness. I'm going to do more on my series about elegant and accurate spoken English, which is one of my favourite series, but actually one of the least viewed, which is a shame, because I think it could be useful to people who are learning English as a foreign language. So I would quite like to promote that one more. And I've got a few up my sleeve with that one, although, like I say, I've forgotten them all. I've got a list. I do write these things down, and I'm always up for request videos as well, but whenever I make a video, I've got to be in the right mood. The inspiration's got to be there. I've got to have my mojo on for that particular video. So although a subject might be really interesting and something I'm really into, sometimes I just can't make a video on that because my head's somewhere else. It's on a different hamster wheel, I guess. Yeah. So that's that. So yeah, really, this is just catching up with you guys, and to say thank you as well for all the support, all the views, all the likes, all the subscriptions, particularly the people that join me on Patreon. So the Patreon channel, you can actually support our work, although, you know, from the videos you might have seen, you might think we just do views and kind of weird, kind of quite frivolous videos, but actually the purpose of this channel is to help people with good information, especially around things like mental health and stuff like that. That's our kind of purpose. But it's important with a YouTube channel. You have to keep putting out content, and I don't want to just churn out kind of endless rehashed videos on the topics that I like to cover. If I do a video on retroactive jealousy, for example, I like to say something new, or at least say something I've already said before but in a different way. So you know, present the same material but with a different take on it, or a different way of explaining it, or use a different analogy, and then that's useful, and none of that is wasted. But so I don't feel that any of the videos that I put out are a filler, really. They've all got some value, you know, because just the views, you know, and people really love the views. I get good feedback on these kind of videos. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting back into the vlogging. That's my kind of plan, is calm down on the household repairs. The good thing about the household repairs and stuff like that, and also some of the kind of I've been making things that I need. So for example, I've been making, and I might do a little video on this actually, I've made myself another walking stick. I started to make these trekking poles and then didn't finish them, and then I found a stick on my travels, and I've been using that as a walking stick, and it was actually quite good, so I thought I'll keep that, and then I thought it needs to be a little bit longer, and it needs to have some kind of handle, so I can put my hand on the top of it and press down. So I found this amazing bit of driftwood, and I've made this handle for the stick, and I've done that's looking really good. So I was going to do a little video on that as well, kind of craft stuff. So but essentially I want to come away from making things and fixing things and being a little Mr. Fix-It to you can see the looks like the lights have come on in that building, but that's actually the sunset reflecting in the glass, which is kind of quite nice. So yeah, I want to get back to vlogging, and I've got a whole list. I've got masses of things I want to do, but it's just, you know, getting my brain. This is the thing with ADHD, it's not about lack of attention or lack of concentration, it's difficulty shifting concentration from one thing to another, and that kind of hamster wheel thing is right. So you get into this groove and then you kind of can't get out of it. So there we go. It's a pretty good point to say Rangimarie and thank you for watching. And yeah, some serious, varied, and sort of, you know, deeper, you know, much more kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not intellectual, but some real kind of in-depth, meaty content on the way. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the mountain. Lots of love, Rangimarie.